As Amy likes to point out, I love to be complimented. And there is nothing like,
Whether it's deserved or not is what's beautiful about that.
well, that's part of my humility.
Now, we're not leaving Canada. We're headed to the ferry this morning. I wanted to give you some information on that. Check your height restrictions and length restrictions. They're pretty generous on the BC ferries compared to the Alaskan ferry, so you're probably fine. But if you're in an RV, especially in the summer, you do need to make reservations. I guess you could sit around and wait, however long you end up waiting if you don't have them, but that's time that you're not spent doing something amazing, right? So we actually booked this January 31st. So we've been planning this day for a while. Anyway, we did a lot of the packing up last night. Very specific window time you have to be there. You have to be there within an hour before your departure time, and they shut it down 30 minutes before your departure time if you have a reservation. So it was one of the reasons we remember now we chose to stay at Sawasan, aka kind of a junkyard. But it'll definitely remove any stress about traffic or us getting there on time. That is a 30-minute window when you need to be in line checking in. So let's pack up and go.
One of the things you do need to be aware of when going on the BC ferries is you're going to have to kill your propane, which we've already done, but our refrigerator is still running.
We walk around, safety check every single time. You're going to be tempted to stop on some days, but don't. Because that's when you catch an awning unlatched or tire going flat. We're in good shape other than being absolutely filthy. Let's roll. Nine a.m. Our departure time is 10:15, and it is showing an 11-minute drive on a Friday. So this part of the campground may be the payoff for it not being the nicest place to stay.
Is showing possible wait for Nanaimo. So I'm so thankful we had a reservation.
The summer of 2023. 329 is our rate in Canadian, and that's 248 in US dollars.
Measurement was right on point.
Oh, good. As Amy likes to point out, I love to be complimented. And there is nothing like,
Whether it's deserved or not is what's beautiful about that.
well, that's part of my humility. He measured us. He came back and he was like, your measurements are spot on. They were perfect.
And thank you for that. He thanked us.
And yes, and he thanked us for it.
We didn't even own this RV when we gave them our measurements.
Oh.
I mean, I would like to tell you we're just that good at math. We're going to file this under total fluke. But Jim, as Jim tends to do, took the compliment as if he got out there and laser measured this thing himself before we got on board. I mean, it's a little beyond luck, but still, we're not even sure how that happened.
Well, we kind of know how it happened. We knew exactly how long our truck was. So we knew the measurement of our truck. And although we didn't own the Airstream at the time, Airstream is very particular or accurate about their measurements of their trailers, unlike some of rigs we've had. So technically, we're just good at math, but I'll take whatever compliment I can get. Okay, so we've already turned our propane off, but they give you these stickers that you put over the valves to make sure they are off. So, not to obsess about the compliment, but it just occurred to me that not only was our uh, math right, but our conversion was right too. Because
We did have to convert to Canadian. We're geniuses, in case y'all didn't know. To mark time, it is July 28th, 2023, and Jim had to put a sweater on, and I had to get my Patagonia out because we're chilly. And we feel guilty about that because the entire lower 48 is sweltering under the heat right now. Actually, we like to put our sweaters on. That way the Canadians know we're Americans because they're all looking at us like we're nuts. We have some time before they start loading, so we're going to give the puppers one last stretch. So there's plenty of room over here to get your dogs out and walk them. The dogs do have to stay in your vehicle. Now, there is a pet area, from what I understand, on the ferry, kind of like what you might find in an airport. Our dogs would not be down for that. If your dogs are, great. You can go sit down there with them. But ours are perfectly comfortable staying in the truck. They've been all over the North American continent in that. So we're letting them stretch their legs, get some sniffs in, get a little tired. We're going to give them a bone, and they can nap while we're going across.
Front of you will increase the chances of the customer behind you making the sailing.
They come across the loudspeakers and give you an announcement on when to return to your vehicles and for the people that are traveling across as pedestrians when they can start boarding. It seems to be, at least as of today, about 30 to 25 minutes before your actual departure time that they're going to start calling you back to get ready to load. So we're ready.
I see forever when I look in your eyes. A love that is deeper than the blue in the sky. You are my heart, you are my heart, you are my dream come alive, my everything, my like no other. Yeah, I could stay here with you for forever.
So we knocked around the boat a little. There's a very nice gift shop on board these ferries, as in, like, it has nice clothing and skin products and things for your kids to play with, about anything you could think of. We just, of course, wanted a magnet because we collect those everywhere we go. But the views, it's hard to decide which side of the boat to be on. It's so pretty. It's very windy. It's a boat. You're out in the open water. This is not surprising. Plan your hair accordingly. But the views are amazing. It kind of feels like we're on a cruise.
You are my heart, you are my heart, you are my dream come alive, my everything, my like no other. Yeah, I could stay here with you for forever, for forever.
We see Nanaimo on the bow of the ship, so we're getting ready to pull in. We're going to go down, check on the puppers, see if they need a drink or a little snack before we pull off this ferry and get this party started.
their ship's broken. They just came on and said, our rudders. Did they say?
I didn't hear what was broken.
Well, okay, maybe I just heard rudder 'cause that's the only part of the boat I know. But they said that something's broken on the ship that's going to delay us for a half hour.
To an hour.
Well, he said hopefully a half hour.
Well, let's hope he's right.
I'm positive.
Is that us? It is us. Okay, don't close the door because Silas has already fallen out of the truck.
Well, it was for bacon.
Don't close the door.
I'm not.
Even he, look, he pulled his foot in. It's too cute.
Pro for the Airstream, no slides. The RV's down here. We came down, used the restroom. Don't like public restrooms, so
We could make lunch.
we could be.
Not using propane.
That's right.
Take a nap.
We could take
Whatever
it
you
out.
want.
Exactly.
Convenient.
We laid down in the RV for a little bit. We were tired, freshened up, changed clothes, flossed my teeth, visited with the dog. So now we're here.
Just got to Living Forest, Oceanside Campground. We did pre-check-in, so they call the day before, get your payment, and then you're supposed to just be able to drive up. So apparently the people in front of us didn't do that. So in theory, it was a great system, but we're still in line waiting for check-in.
Where do you need my eyes? Whee! Look at Jim getting comfortable with the tight squeeze. Looks good, babe. You're doing great. How do you know you're in a motorhome site? Your hookups are going to be on the wrong side. So we were thinking maybe we could pull in forward, but there's plenty of room to do that. We just can't get the truck back around, I don't think.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you this, because I can always run sewer underneath. I mean, it's gonna be
Well,
a
that's not going to
pain.
work well.
Well, I mean, and I'm definitely gonna
So now it's
run.
got to run around the corner under the rig and uphill.
Yeah, but we're gonna be here 4 nights, so I don't want to have to worry about tanks,
Mhm.
right? I don't mind doing that. I probably have enough. If you think it's gonna be simpler to
To just
just
turn it
back it.
Let's do that. Let's do that and just work it out. I mean, we've been going 3 to 4 nights. We've been fine. But if you want to open the tanks, we'll rig it.
What I was really excited about, honestly.
Was to have the view in the front.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. Yeah, but it's going to be stressful getting hitched back up.
I'm not stressed. It's an Airstream.
Okay, let's just turn it. Let's just turn it around. Why buck tradition now?
Should have went with a 25.
Should have gone with the motorhome. Looks great.
Got in sight and 2 tries. It would have been great if we could have went that way, but this works. It's not ideal because all of our hookups are on our campsite, but that's okay. That view is going to be awesome anyways. And when you get here, don't forget to take your labels off and turn back on your propane. We are still on that single tank of propane from Flathead.
We've never had an empty yet.
No, but where I topped them off and
So someone drop in the comments, is this because we're on a 12-volt refrigerator? Because we have used it.
a lot.
We cook constantly, always
Yeah.
on stovetop. Why do we never run out of propane? Is Airstream just magically efficient? Or do refrigerators really use that much?
Maybe. And Amy, tonight I'll be getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning and changing the propane because we're
No
talking
doubt,
about
no
it.
doubt. We booked our campsite January 30th, and we still didn't get the ocean front row, which is going to be fine because we still have an ocean view, as you could see. Absolutely amazing. This has been, I think, the most unique travel day we've ever had. We've had good travel days, bad travel days, boring travel days, everything in between. This is our first time paying an RV on a ferry, which was so much easier than we would have imagined it to be. Very efficient, very convenient. And the first time we ever tried to park backwards in our lot, which, as you see, we ended up turning around. It's okay. We actually do remember having this conversation when we booked the site. We knew the hookups would be on the wrong side. We decided the view made it 100% worth it. We are hungry. We have barely eaten today. So we're going to get out and start exploring Nanaimo. And as always, we're going to take you along. I have in my possession 2 original Nanaimo bars, allegedly the best in Nanaimo.